Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, May the 29th. We are here to look at the new releases that have been published this week. And on Thursdays, we look at fantasy and science fiction. There will probably be time for us to look at some more of the cozy mysteries that we started with. So cross our fingers we can get through that, get some of those so it's not quite so full tomorrow on Freeform Friday. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight. They are at 8 p.m. Eastern and they go for 2.5 hours. Let's jump into fantasy and science fiction. Guy Gavriel K has a new one, a big name in fantasy. Written on the Dark. Thierry Villard is well known, even notorious, tavern poet, familiar with the rogues and shadows of that world, but not at all with courts and power. He is an unlikely person, despite his weakness, to be caught up in the deadly contests of ambitious royals, assassins, and invading armies. But he is indeed drawn into all these things on a savagely cold night in his beloved city of Orain, and so Thierry must use all the intelligence and charm he can muster as political struggles merge with a decades-long war to bring his country to the brink of destruction. As he does, he meets his poetic equal in an aristocratic woman and is drawn to one unsettling person with a connection to the world beyond this one. He also crosses paths with an extraordinary young woman driven by voices within to try to heal the ailing king and help his forces in war. A wide and varied set of people from all walks of life take their places in this rich tapestry of this story. And I didn't click on it. We'll give it its moment. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for watching. Django Wexler has a new one. Everybody wants to rule the world except me. Second in the Dark Lord Davy series. After countless failures, let's not dwell on it, Davy has finally saved the kingdom from evil by becoming the Dark Lord herself. But now, the hordes of wilders are at her command, and they still want blood, human blood, and Davy's not sure she can commit to the total extermination of humanity. With restless armies at her doorstep, a treasonous duke scheming for power, and the legend of an ancient magician looming over her shoulders, Davy must find a way towards peace and uncover the truth behind her time loop if she is to bring harmony to the kingdom. Also, her girlfriend is mad at her, so there's that too. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? She's good. Good to hear. Thank you for watching. A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride, first in the Bonded to Beast series. Once a territory built on matriarchal rule and values, Tirtien has since grown frail from a long line of fruitless kings, the most recent of which have ruled under the influence of the True Religion, an oppressive group who have steadily poisoned the region with their anti-magic teachings. Born to rule and blessed by fire, Amira has begrudgingly lived in hiding rather than risk her life in court, waiting in anticipation for the current king's death so she can bond to his dragon, claim her throne, and protect her people. But when the king dies and Amira is ready to take what is rightfully hers, her ambitious plan is foiled, and she is thrust into a game of vicious politics and plots. Her biggest adversary is Prince Fiorin, dragon rider, and one of the most powerful fire wielders in the territory. Cold, arrogant, and blindly supportive of his corrupt family, he is everything Amira despises. But as chaos engulfs the court, they find themselves reluctantly entwined, forced to forge an uneasy alliance, one that quickly ignites into something more dangerous than either of them expected. Behind enemy lines and slowly falling for her so-called adversary, Amira uncovers just how far the rot of corruption has spread and what she may have to sacrifice to claim her throne. All Superheroes Need PR by Elizabeth Stevens. He's a villain looking for a hero rebrand. She's the marketing genius who can make it happen. Over 2 decades ago, 48 young, gifted superheroes fell to Earth and were eventually marketed as opposing brands, heroes, and villains. Now, one exceptionally gruff bad guy is looking to hop teams. Hello, PR Director Vanessa whatever. His real name is Roland Castile, aka the Pyro. First, swap that with the less incinerating the Wyvern. Now put him in spandex to highlight the near godlike body. Finally, give that hero in training a heroine. If Vanessa will play the part in a pretend romance guaranteed to make the city swoon, she's game. As shy as Vanessa is, it's her job to be Roland's very own Lois Lane. Who knew that fake dating would change their worlds? But falling head over heels for real makes for a dangerous shift in the narrative. A monstrous supervillain is bringing out Roland's bad side again. This time, it's to save a woman who, against all odds, is becoming the human love of his superhero life. Romance, but here in fantasy and sci-fi because of this superhero aspect. And number 1. Beneath the Burning Sea by Amanda Boucher, 5th in the Kingmaker Chronicles. Separated from everyone they know and love, sworn warriors and warring allies Blanca and Carver are on a gods-given mission. Travel to the famed realms of Atlantis, fight through every danger that awaits them, and find the Shard of Olympus in order to end Atlantis' generations-long magical punishment, all in Zeus's name. Zeus needs an army if he has any hope of stopping Olympus's bloody coup, and headstrong fire Magoi Blanca knows it's her duty to deliver one, no matter the cost, to herself, to her own growing magic, or to the man she's come to desire with all the flames in her heart. He left everything behind in order to guard her back as she faces down her destiny, and Carver swears that together they can overcome any obstacle. But finding the shard is no easy task, and it's not long before Blanca and Carver are dragged into the center of a deadly game of gods. One not even their combined hearts may be strong enough to survive. Mercedes Lackey has a new one. I did check. Co-author James Mallory. Deliverance of Dragons, 3rd in the Dragon Prophecy. This is the conclusion to the first war of the Endarkened. From orphan child to prophesied savior, Veliasar Farkaranen, it's probably much easier once you know it, is more than ready to take her rightful place as Elven Queen. While her bickering countrymen may not have crowned her yet, she has been anointed by the stars above and the dragon at her side. But the overwhelming attacks of the Endarkened have forced Elvenkind to abandon internal politics in favor of an unprecedented strategy. Retreat. Oh Lord. Rununkarandular Carthalion is a thorn in the queen's side and should be her greatest enemy. Why don't they do the ones that go Bob? You know, they do that for normal names. A traitor to the Elvish Empire, he has become the trusted general of once subjugated creatures, a chaotic force of centaurs, merfolk, griffins, minotaurs, and talking bears alike. These two strong-willed leaders will have been at each other's throats for years, now forced into tentative coexistence due to the common threat of the Endarkened. How will they react when they finally realize they are soulmates, bound despite their will by unassailable magics that twine their lifelines into one? If either should die, the other will also fall. And without their two greatest leaders, the Children of Light are sure to drown amidst the never-ending waves of Endarkened attacks, etc. It's blurbage. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Another overcast, cool day here in Virginia. Sweater weather and maybe an umbrella as well. Ooh, makes things green. We are going to be warm. It looks like beginning of next week for us is another storm front coming through. Mary says, easy for you to say. I know. That one almost had me. Air of Light by Michelle Sagara, second in the Academia Chronicles. With the academia now awakened from its centuries-long slumber, Robin, a student who hails from a prestigious family, must own up to his destiny. As heir to the Guardiano seat, a highly coveted position within the human caste court, Robin stands to inherit great power when he assumes his birthright, but at what cost? Under the guidance of a formidable Barani lord named Tila, Robin wrestles with his newfound duties and the societal complexities that come with the privilege. Soon, however, it's apparent that others feel entitled to the seat, and they're willing to do the unthinkable in order to get it. With Tila and his best friend Raven at his side, Robin is ready to is ready to battle for what is rightfully his. But when the halls of law consider reopening the investigation into the baffling murder of his parents, the truth could lead Robin right to the heart of danger. When Devils Sing by Zan Kaur. When Dawson Sumter goes missing, all he leaves behind is a smattering of blood in room 4 of the debt-ridden motel owned by Neera Singh's family. Disappearances like this aren't uncommon in the rural Georgia town of Carrion, great name, especially every 13 years when a periodical cicada brood returns from underground shrieking their deafening screams. Okay, this sounds more horror. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to click on it, which is pretty okay because this seems to be horror. But we'll give it its moment. And, oh, okay, it's tagged as young adult, paranormal, and urban fantasy. Gotcha. It's more horror to me. End of that row. Moving on. Unbound by Penelope Bloom. Mary says, not many sci-fi books this time. Know what we will undertake. Exactly. Never lack of cozies. Absolutely right. Mary, we are supposed cicada brood 17 hatch this summer. Ugh. Bugs. Don't like them. Students are branded by affinity, water, air, earth, or fire, but Nessa's mark is different. A silver spiral, the mark of an unbound. It's a power so dangerous her kind were hunted to extinction centuries ago, or so the Empire claims. To survive, she must hide what she is in a castle that reeks of blood, where students kill each other for advantage, and failing to tether an elemental means death. Nessa's greatest threat may be the only other volunteer, Wraith Hollow, a powerful fire affinity whose scorching gaze follows her every move, and whose secrets could topple kingdoms. Alliances are forged in blood, enemies circle like vultures, and forbidden desires close in. Death once seemed like release from her tragic past. Now it's not an option. She'll embrace her terrible potential or watch everything she's fought for burn. As at Confluence Academy, students leave as weapons, or they don't leave at all. Last one. Hand of Fate, Backyard Starship, book number 21. Good for that author. Of 28. We are sure. Oh, nope. It was published last year. Moving on. Yes, Mary was correct. We are going to be looking at cozy mysteries to fill out our time here. And we ended on In Cold Brood. I double checked. So, Elizabeth Penny has a new cozy mystery. And a new series. This is called Bodies and Battlements, the Ravensea Castle series. Book number 1. Herbalist Nora Asquith is delighted to welcome Ravensea Castle's first guest to the picturesque village of Monkwell, Yorkshire. After 1,000 years of ownership, her family has decided to convert the castle into a bed and breakfast. But when Hilda Dibble, a self-appointed local luminary, is found dead in the knot garden the next morning, Nora's business is not only at risk, she's a prime suspect. Hilda had opposed the hotel plan every step of the way, and although she didn't succeed in stopping the venture, her disagreements with Nora seemed to only further her motive. One of Ravensea's guests happened to be Detective Inspector Finley Cole, who is new to the area and now finds himself with a murder case in his lap. Nora and her actress sister Tamsin decide to investigate for themselves. They look into the entangled dealings of their newly arrived guests while also getting hints from Sir Percival, one of the castle ghosts. As they learn, Sir Percival's tragic death centuries ago sheds light on present-day crimes. Surely they can get to the bottom of this mystery while keeping their new business afloat. And I didn't click on it. We'll give it its moment. The Spirit Moves by Carol J. Perry, fourth in the Haunted Haven Mysteries. When the body of how-to book writer Terry Holliday is found by Astor Patterson in her flower garden, the townspeople of Haven are shocked, but they're even more surprised when the beloved bookshop owner insists that the spirit of her late husband, Peter Patterson, led her to the grim discovery. Only Astor seems unsurprised. She's been baking his favorite shortbread cookies every day, hoping to lure his ghost back home. Even Maureen is a little skeptical until Peter's ghost appears in the bookshop window for all to see. Haven's hard-headed realist cop Frank Hubbard is determined to unveil whatever trickery led to the apparition, as he suspects the answer to who killed Terry Holliday may be connected to the illusion. If Maureen's learned anything since she moved from New England and inherited her haunted inn, it's that one, ghosts are real, at least some of them, and two, so are murderers. She doesn't need a how-to manual to solve a murder. She's done it before. But with suspects ranging from a mystery writers group to a ghost writer who just checked in at the inn, she will need a little help from her spirited sleuths. Jenna St. James has a new one. Signed, Sealed, Deceased. 14th in the Kara Hilder Mysteries. When Kara helps her friend Ashlyn move into a new place in Mystic Cove, the last thing she expects to find are unsettling clues about the previous tenant's sudden disappearance. After all, the supernatural debt collector left a note saying he'd found the love of his life and was leaving town to be with her. But when his body turns up, it's clear someone wanted him gone for good. Kara and Zane don their PADA hats and get to work solving the case. But with a long list of unhappy debtors, the two paranormal detectives have their work cut out for them. As they dig deeper, they uncover secrets, broken promises, and debts that should never have been collected. With the help of Link, Rhoda, and I have a sneeze coming, and the rest of the gang, Kara and Zane must hurry and discover the killer before one of their names appear next on the enchanted contract signed in blood. I guess it never manifested. Allergies are strong this year. Famous Last Words by Jasmine Webb, 7th in the Mackenzie Owens mystery series. Lights, Camera, Assassin. When a popular television personality turns up dead, Mac is finally ready to let the local police take care of the investigation. It's only been 7. After all, it doesn't have anything to do with her or any of her friends, or so she thought. When it turns out the TV personality has more to do with St. Albinus than it should be Dan. They have then here. Mac initially thought. She realizes she needs to get to the bottom of this case and fast. After all, without realizing it, Mac has found herself in danger once more. And if she isn't careful, she's going to be the next target. Mac is the kind of woman who always needs to get the last word in. But in this case, is the last word going to be her last? End of that road. Diane Harmon has a new one. Dangerous Dusting, 12th in the Clean Sweep Cozy Mysteries. Jane Barrow thought she'd seen the worst life could throw at her until a routine cleaning job lands her at the center of a grisly murder scene. Hired to prep a secluded vacation rental, Jane is shocked to uncover a suspicious bloodstain hidden beneath a rug. Her instincts kick in, and with the help of her state trooper friend Mike, the truth comes to light. Someone has been killed, and the crime scene was nearly swept under the rug, literally. As law enforcement begins to dig deeper, Jane finds herself entangled in a mystery involving shady real estate deals, secret partnerships, and a growing list of suspects. With her daughter acting strangely, small town tensions mounting over an unwanted resort development, and the ruthless killer still on the loose, Jane must navigate danger at every turn without becoming the next victim. That is a very blue house in the middle. I was going to say nowhere, but we don't know for sure. In the middle of a whole bunch of yellow. Killer by Candlelight by Lise Howell, 6th in the Susie Spencer's Mysteries. 50 guests trapped in a snowbound mansion. Woo! Most came here to sing. One is hiding a burning desire for vengeance. I was going to say, how did 50 people get there? Jervis Scott Broughton is hosting a singing masterclass at Cadfael Hall, high in the snow-dusted Cumbrian hills. That doesn't look snow-crested on the cover. Talented vocalists flock to his door, along with podcaster Susie Spencer, who's hoping for an enjoyable weekend of cantatas and canapes. But lessons come to a grinding halt when the choir's bullying director is found dead in the recording studio, surrounded by flickering candles and a pool of his own blood. Even by candlelight, Susie knows she's looking at murder. Now her friend's husband is mysteriously missing. Has the killer struck again? Or maybe Susie's friend doesn't know her hubby as well as she thinks she does. As a bitter blizzard rages outside, again, cover, Susie must unravel the deafening crescendo of secrets, egos, and bitter rivalries before the killer returns for a chilling encore. Did the cover artist not look at what the setting of the book was? And did the author say, yeah, go ahead, I don't care? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, that is all we have time for today. Tomorrow is Freeform Friday, so we'll look at the rest of the cozy mysteries and anything else that might have caught my attention that I find interesting. Mary says, many thanks. Don't forget Heather takes over today. We'll see what today happens. We might have somebody coming back. We might not. Cross your fingers. Will be interesting to see how it goes. Yes. Well, it's good of her to do that. All right, thank you. Again, I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern if you want to come hang out, read a book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. Thank you so much, you guys, Mary and Elena and Cajun. I know you are listening. And if you're watching later, thank you very much also. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Mary says, I hate it when the cover's complete. Yeah, exactly. Blonde girl says the black hair beauty in this. Yep. You know, if you're doing the cover art, at least skim the book. All right. Don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.